Darren.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
What's happening, Mr. Gruner?
This is Darren Gruner live from the Sun-Kissed Nursery here in where are we? Pompano Beach, Florida.
Pompano Beach.
And I wanted to break in and just tell you all the good things that are happening. You know, you find it's really interesting, Wayne. You find little nurseries all over, little spots all over the place, right? You have the big nurseries, right? Where all the wholesalers, all the people go, the contractors go. Then you find these smaller nurseries, and you find these smaller nurseries for all the homeowners to go to, right? But what happens is, what's funny is this: the main difference between a master nursery where all the contractors go and a smaller nursery where all the homeowners go. You know what the biggest difference is?
No, tell us. You've got us all baited and reeling us in.
What do they need? What do they need to make sure that they can sell their product? What do they have to do? They have to have quality
good-looking
material.
plants. That's right.
That's
good-looking
right.
plants.
I'm at Sun-Kissed here. John is the owner. He's busy. I couldn't get him. He actually wants us to do a live performance with him down the line. And he asked me, please come back, and we're going to do a live show at this beautiful nursery. But I'm actually here with my boy Andres. It's Manny's son, who does all of our landscaping for Total Scape Design, and I'm watching him work. Andres, say hello to Wayne and Surf's Up Radio.
Good morning, Surf's Up Radio, all the listeners. My name is Andres. I'm here with Darren. We're here at this beautiful nursery out here. Everything's looking great.
Everything, and he's helping me. He's helping me, Wayne. He's helping me. How old are you?
I'm 24.
He's 20.
24, young guy. I hear you.
Hey, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to work. I'm excited to learn as much as I can.
He is learning a lot. I'll tell you what. Listen, have you learned more with me in the last couple of weeks than you have with your father for the entire life?
I've learned the unique characteristics from him, and I've learned a lot of things that I haven't picked up from my dad. But
I'm just kidding. Of course, power. That's right. But it's interesting. So he's helping me pick up some plants now. The way they do business down here in Florida is there's usually the landscapers. They rely on other people, since nurseries are scattered, and in order to get really good plants, it's far away. So they rely on delivery guys. They have their own businesses. They go out to nurseries and they go out and they select their own plants, and they bring them and they deliver them to you. It's not like going, like in Jersey, we had a place to go and we would go pick them out ourselves. We'd throw them on the truck and we'd be right around the corner. But they're usually far and few between, these big nurseries that they'll save you a lot of money instead of having to go to a smaller nursery like this. But these guys don't care about quality. And, quality is so important when you're doing a job for your client.
That's right.
Listen, all the things that you do to prepare for the installation of the plants or the installation of the pavers and then the installation of the outdoors, all that stuff is never seen. What the clients see is the cosmetics, is the actual plants and the pavers. That shit has to be perfect or you look like crap, right, Wayne?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You bring, they look at it and you just say, what, you quoted a 5-gallon or a 10-gallon this or a 5-foot that, and man, that thing just doesn't look that good. You're right. That certainly the smaller nurseries, when they've got that retail walking in there, you certainly look, there's a big difference a lot of time. You're exactly right, Darren. When you walk into a retail nursery versus a wholesale nursery, as far as what the quality and the look of that plant is, without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, we do it. I wish I can show you, but I'm sure you guys all know. Every single plant here is in perfect condition. And I just talked to John, and he says, Darren, I've been doing this since I was 11 years old. Sound familiar, Wayne? He's a little older than us.
What
right?
is it about the industry, man? We all start this thing just when we just barely start walking,
I don't. It's like, you know what it is? You know what happens is when you start at 11, you always go back to it because you realize there's nothing better out there for you. It's like you try to leave how many of us have tried to leave the industry and realize, wait a minute, I can do just as good by having my own landscaping business, or I can, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right. That brings back a story for me, man. Right out of college, I took a quote unquote professional job. Suit and tie, an office, administrative assistant, window, and that whole thing. And I was like, man, I was making more money, doing lawns and landscaping part-time than I was doing that full-time.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why you have a lot of guys that say from 11 because that, and then and most of them they'll say the same thing, except for people like Eric Jones, who was born into the business, and maybe your kids down the line. But a lot of the guys that started their business at 11, then they were the first generation. Those are the guys you're going to say, I tried something else and came back to it. It's going to happen. It's
right.
going to happen.
So what are you out buying today? What kind of plants you picking up?
Well, don't ask me those questions because I'm new to Florida. I'm just kidding. I've learned a lot since I came down here. But we picked out some gold mounds, some petrocroton, some clusias, some dwarf flaxahatchee. That's a grass. So we picked out. We went. We like I said, we had some delivered. We weren't happy with the quality, so we brought some back and started over again. And that's what we do for our clients. We got to make sure they're happy. If not, remember, the reviews are the biggest thing right now in our business. We have to have a good review in order for us to be successful in business. So we'll do whatever it takes to make sure the customer's happy, right?
Yeah, that's awesome that, you take the time to say, hey, we're going to just take those plants back and, switch those out. Because, I think that goes back to the level, Darren, of the professional level of the contractor, not to give a client something just because they've sold it. Right. And say, hey, no, I'm going to go to my bat. I'm going to bat for this client. I'm looking at it today, but they're going to look at it for years. And I just want it to start off looking right. So that's really awesome that you guys took the time to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, let me ask you one last question before I'll let you go. It's not too late at 24 to mold Andres here, is it? I mean, we can catch him, even though his father might have steered him down the wrong path. Which I'm just kidding because I know he's listening. But we can mold Andres, right? We got him under our wing at Turfs Up Radio, right?
That's absolutely right, man. Andre, hey, we got you, man. Hey, between all of us on Turfs Up Radio and all of our listeners and your dad included, man. Yeah, you can't do anything but get better for you.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right, wait.